Welcome back to What's Niggling Me. I got my baby bro Rye on the call.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're here.
I actually got a Natalia Grace resolution.
It's over? It's
Yeah,
solved?
I believe until something wild happens, and I'm calling it now. Something wild will, because she's not normal. But how about, have you seen, do you remember, or me telling you about the Trap Lore Ross guy? Makes he's a British guy, makes YouTube videos about rappers.
Yeah. He did the King Von one, right?
He did the King Von one.
Yeah.
So I watched, he did the Dirk one for 4 hours.
No.
Yeah. And the whole time I'm thinking, I'm like, anything's possible if Young Thug got out. The whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, Young Thug got out, so anything is possible.
My boy got out, so
Yeah.
my boy.
But Melly's still in there.
And that's hurting me, bro.
Melly's still in there.
I watched that whole first trial.
I know. And somehow Young Thug got out. And I saw that Dirk got off a bunch of times already over the years.
Yeah.
But I think if King Von was still alive, he'd be in jail for...
No.
Yeah. I think the cops would finally be getting him for all those murders. But man, there's a war in America.
A gang war.
Bro, I know that Florida's got, and St. Louis has some bad areas.
Oh, bro, I've watched some of those Florida rappers, bro, and one just got shot up bad recently.
It's crazy.
And that's how they live.
Yeah, and they do it. A lot of them are broad daylight. It's so insane to be doing it broad daylight. And Dirk, bro. See, Dirk.
He's a good guy, though, right?
It's crazy that Ross Albright is in jail, and hopefully gets pardoned here and gets out. But it's crazy that he's in jail for making the black market eBay. But Dirk, bro, if they allow any lyrics,
that'll be something good, Brett.
If they allow any lyrics in court, bro, he's done.
No.
Hey, he keeps talking about he constantly says, and I know why I didn't like Lil Durk ever. It's because there's way too much auto-tune. I can't do that auto-tune shit.
Yeah, there is.
You can say the hardest lyrics in the world, but if you're auto-tuned, I just have a hard time. But he definitely orchestrated multiple murders, in my opinion.
Stop.
In my opinion.
Allegedly.
Dirk has orchestrated a lot of murders, and I get it. Everyone wanted him to slide for Vaughn. So I get it that he felt a lot of pressure to get rid of people. Man, one of the guys, though, that they got rid of, I can't think of what his name is, but they put so many bullets in this guy. So many bullets. They chased this guy down and put tons of bullets in this guy, and then rapped about it a bunch.
There's proof?
Huh?
There's any proof? Besides the rapping about it?
Or that OTF is a bunch of murderers. That group is a bunch of murderers. It's crazy how many people get gunned down.
OTF.
Yeah, they get gunned down in Chicago so much. It's crazy. They just run up on people and they just unload. They unload into cars constantly killing people that they don't intend to kill. That's another one of their issues, is that they kill regular citizens, and then the cops actually care. So then they get in trouble because the cops, it's impossible for this many people to get murdered in a in a few blocks. In a few blocks, so many people get murdered. It's just the cops don't care.
Why isn't that in the news?
It's because the cops clearly don't care.
Uh-huh.
And because they like there's murders like constantly there. And then they talk about it. And then they go on the internet and talk about it, and then they go on live. They're always on live to being idiots talking about it.
Trivia, we missed it.
If the cops actually cared, all these people would be arrested. But they don't care unless they accidentally kill innocent people.
Yeah, that's the only time they care.
It's so crazy how many people that are just this person, running
on cars, 100%.
Nuts. Oh, and you know what's so funny? Like the funniest part of Lil Durk is that Chicago gave him like a key to the city type of deal because of his.
Better keep that.
Because there you got to be rescinding that. It is so crazy that this guy was.
All my life.
And that's
they trying to keep me down.
Yeah, they were like talking about him just trying to repair his image, you know.
He's a good kid.
You know what? There's so many funny things. He found God, and you know they always find God. He found God before he even went to jail, or before. Well, I guess he already went there, but because his dad was in jail. I don't know, for 27 years or something, gang life, you know, and then his dad like got him into religion, but it didn't do anything, you know.
Muslim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all about the Muslim. And I actually think like that's partially it's partially the problem is the Muslim Brotherhood, if he's part of that, and it seems like he could be part of that.
Ride or die.
Yeah, the Muslim Brotherhood, they like were all over Muhammad Ali back in the day.
What, trying to recruit him?
The Muslim Brotherhood wants to get like celebrity people. It's just like NXIVM did, and they went and got celebrities to recruit people. Basically, you go and get some celebrities. It makes your cult look real good. Tom Cruise, Scientology. You just your cult just needs to get people.
Cool people.
Yeah, some cool people.
They're getting them too. Muslims are getting a lot of them.
So that Natalia Grace girl though.
What? Do you think Dirk's done?
Yeah, Dirk's done. Hey, I see no other way. I'd like to look up who the prosecutor is that's going to be on his case. And another thing is like, so when just like say Epstein or any of the people who they got I don't even know what the current Diddy situation is, but a lot of the people, the prosecutor, the person that's going to go after this person has to be real. They can't go and say, we're going after him for every case that, like every person that's brought an allegation, because some of those people, it's harder to prove or whatever, right? The prosecutor has to pick what they believe we can 100% get this guy on. We can't leave any little thing to get unraveled by the defense. Yeah. So Dirk, you know, I want to say he's like only in there for one murder, and it's like of not a gang member or anything. It's the innocent type of thing. He killed an innocent person in this situation, I want to say he didn't even. He's not even getting a murder case. He's getting a murder for hire. Because I'm pretty sure he was not doing it personally for a long time. I think the one back when he was with Vaughn, and they were both in jail at the same time. I'm pretty sure he was doing that, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure he was the actual person doing it, but for all these other ones, he got big enough where he was just hiring them out to the young guys to go do.
Straight up.
Because he constantly says in his songs, I read a lot of lyrics about him getting his boys to go do things for him, and
yeah, I know.
But I'm pretty sure they're not going to go after the possible. I don't know. I think 7. I want to say, from what I've seen, I think he probably orchestrated 7 murders, in my opinion. Vaughn, I think, has 11, bro. And he was young.
But he's just getting rich and shit.
I know, they were just talking about how 2024 was such a big year for him and shit. I only know from him from like a J. Cole thing or anything. That's about it.
What do you mean?
If J. Cole ever had him. Yeah, if J. Cole ever had him a song. I like thought about it. I was so far. I'm 3 hours and something into this, and I'm like, if you ask me to name a Lil Durk song, I can't name you one. Like, I don't know the lyric or the title of one Lil Durk song. He did auto-tune from the beginning. Like, I don't like that. So it's not for me. King Von is way different. Like, that voice is way different.
That's a killer mentality voice right there.
Bro, it's crazy. Like, listening to their music in the gym when I'm like, oh, they were about it. It's like almost like the game's original music back in 2003, like the documentary album. It's almost like that real life shit. When he talks about a guy running in his house trying to rob him and shooting him, like it's way different than the. And you know what's crazy? I can't understand any of it. Young Thug's music, I can't understand any of that shit. But it would be interesting to look at. I don't even know if that Trap Lord Ross guy ever did a documentary on him. He must have.
I wonder. I'd watch that for sure.
And I never heard, but he must have, because like I can't believe that I couldn't believe when Young Thug got wrapped up in Rico and he was the head guy, and I'm like, this guy was living that life.
He 100%.
He acted like he was borderline homosexual, and I thought, wow, that's pretty crazy. I heard Michael Jackson though beat the shit out of somebody before, and like to me that's the same thing. Who the fuck would ever think that Michael Jackson could throw hands? But he also got the shit beat out of him by his dad growing up and had a ton of older brothers. So maybe, maybe he could take it and have no fear. But Young Thug being the head of like the head of a mob like type of thing, it sounded insane to me. It still sounds insane, but damn, he was pushing P, right? He was pushing P.
That's what he was rapping about.
I didn't know that because he was high-pitched mumbling all the time, and I'm like, maybe that was his way too, so it was harder for the feds to catch him, to hear it.
True. Because sometimes I don't know what he's saying.
And what do you know? This guy was running, apparently he wasn't. Like, how did he get off? Apparently he wasn't. He went from the mastermind of a cartel, basically, to, oh no, he didn't do it. and what do you call it? Oops. Like, and Durk is gonna have the exact same thing. Like, it's a Rico thing. Like, he runs the group. He runs a group of guys. He's got killers, he says.
But that's what makes their music so banging.
That's why, like, the Vaughn stuff, I was like, man, like, this is the music I listened to a long time ago.
Bro, when he literally, like, the Crazy Story and stuff like that, and, like, 2 a.m., like, stuff, like, he's just rapping about what's going on.
So, like, that's the type of, like, hip-hop I was growing up on, and I'm like, whoa, this is dope. I thought everyone is faking gay now, like fucking Candace says. But King Von wasn't faking gay. Trudeau though, bro, he's fake and gay.
Oh, he's such a fucking queer, bro.
I was up too long. I was talking to my dad earlier today, and we were talking about Justin Trudeau and how gay, like, my dad wasn't saying how gay he was, but I was saying how gay he is, and just my dad hates his voice, like, because he uses that stupid cadence, because he's fucking an actor. You hear these other actors. Even, did you watch Mel Gibson go on Rogan?
I haven't seen it yet. No, I was watching Zuck today.
Oh, okay. Don't tell me nothing, because I can't.
Hey, you want to hear everything?
I'm on the call with Dad, and I see a notification pop across the top of my screen, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, this guy's really trying to be a real boy. He wants to be a real boy so bad.
So bad.
I can't believe Zuckerberg's on there, and he's about to. Hey, they would say, spill the tea, right?
No,
hey, he's spilling the tea for sure, right?
Hey, quick.
Right away.
I've only listened to like 40 minutes, and it was. I swear, Joe's first question starts it. Like,
it just sets him. It just sets him off.
Huh?
It just sets him off.
Yeah. It goes like right away. They go into it.
I can't wait. I was so frustrated when I saw that, and I'm like, man, I don't have enough time to watch this before I do a podcast, because I know that is an explosive podcast doing that. I can't wait to fucking watch it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I've been saying this guy's trying to be a real boy so bad. He wants to be a cool kid.
His cute little hair.
He doesn't want to be a nerd. Like, he was the nerd growing up, and he doesn't want to be seen as the nerd anymore. And he's trying so hard to be a real boy, and I can't forgive him.
No.
I can't do it. I can't forgive him.
No.
He censored so much of my content for the first 2 years of once COVID started. I can't. It's insane how many notifications I got of the misinformation thing under my stories and posts, and even when they would be removed, or even when you click that fucking little thing, you see your notifications. The amount of posts and stories that would get removed because of fucking misinformation for the first 2 fucking years. I can't forgive them. They banned my account. I had to plead for my account back because it was just gone. They fucking gone. I remember, before I moved from Windsor, I remember my account got suspended. And there was no date on it. It wasn't a 1 day, 7 day, 30 day. My account was gone, and I had to plead with Meta. I couldn't even get a customer service for Instagram. I had to fucking go to Meta and plead in an email. I'm like, I've used this account for years for workout content. I have so much progress shit on my stuff, because it was about to be gone. And sure, I have a couple terabytes of it on my computer and stuff, but it's not as easy to find.
No.
And they're not and I was just like, fuck. But at that time, my captions and stories were getting pretty frustrated about Justin Trudeau, Dr. Tam, Doug Ford, and the Canadian government, and Fauci. I was pretty livid at that point. And I opened my Instagram and it was gone.
I listened to a good amount of that Sean Ryan podcast.
Of what one? Shoegate? Shoes, whatever, maker? I don't know what his fucking name is. Joe? Sam? Huh? Who?
The guy the one with the Tesla truck.
Sam Shoemate.
Yeah.
That's the guy's name, right? And then Matt Livelsberger is the guy. What do you think?
It's awesome, bro, because I argued with someone at work that came and told me exactly what happened, okay?
Yeah.
And he said to me that this was an attack to. This was like a warning sign to Trump about being president, and I'm like,
who the fuck is spinning that? Who's putting that out there?
I'm like, what kind of news are you watching?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's crazy that the news can do this to you. I'm like, it's crazy, bro.
What?
It's crazy that the news. That's what I kept saying to him. I'm like, it's crazy that the news can do this to you. They just make you think whatever you want.
Me and Dad just had this conversation about getting. How did they convince people to, after they stopped conscripting people to go to war? How did they convince these people? The marketing that they had to do, to like, because now we can't force you to go. We have to like make you feel good about doing it and going in there and murdering fucking innocent people. These people, they're real good at convincing people that sounds insane. That sounds so grade school like thinking. That's what it. That sounds grade school thinking to think that they were sending a message to Trump about being president. That's the simplest. That's like a simple mind. And that to me, that's like the simplest mind that you would. That means you believe anything. That sucks. Hey,
that's what I'm trying to say.
That sucks. That means they can convince you anything. And so COVID was so easy to convince you. If you can believe that, COVID's.
Every time he
stop the spread.
COVID. He understands COVID.
He understands
now. Like after he's 5 shots in.
Oh.
He's so evil. Like he's so like he knows that how bad the enemy, like he knows the mass deaths. He understands.
So did you say to him, hey, you know how they convinced you about COVID?
That doesn't work, bro. Because I bring every time we do this, I bring up, hey, what about COVID and you got 5 shots? Hey, what about Iraq and there was mass weapons of destruction? I bring those 2 up right there, and it just doesn't work.
Huh.
Every time. I bring those up every time, like, I get into it. But then when we talk about the news, I'm like, but...
Hey, does he think that JFK got killed by a lone shooter, a lone gunman? Does he think Lee Harvey Oswald was the only person?
I haven't asked him about the lone gunman thing. But he seems to talk about the fact that he knows holding documents that long is suspicious as fuck, right?
Right.
He gets that, and so because we've had conversations like that, so he gets that. But like when I said that it was that Jack Ruby's a Jew, he didn't get that.
Tell him to look it up. Jack Rubenstein. His real name is Jack Rubenstein.
Every time I tell him, you don't believe me? Go look it up. Because he doesn't have a phone or anything. He's never had a phone. So I'm like...
That nugget's a tough one, hey? The Rubenstein one is a tougher nugget because they're just like, oh, right away you're just like... You're going for the Jews. And I'm like, no. Like, watch how good Israeli intelligence is. Watch how good it is. I could give you a lot of examples how good the Israel intelligence is for some reason. They're so good. But yeah, man. Oh, but like, I'm pretty sure there's 20 pages of the 9/11 report that's blacked out. Still, 20 pages, I'm pretty sure, are still blacked out. They can't give you the full story because some Steens were probably involved in that one.
Oopsies.
Larry Silverstein owned the Twin Towers and got them insured in the summer before 9/11. And he got double the insurance because 2 towers fell.
And that must have... And Steen sounds like he's Jewish.
Yeah. Oh.
Why were the Jewish people celebrating? Those 3 Jewish people that were part of the
dancing the Israelis, those ones that were dancing.
They part of that our own CIA confirmed they were part of Israel intelligence.
Yeah. Apparently, it wasn't just I don't know, what was it? Urban Moving Systems.
Urban Moving Company. And when they went to go find them, there was no company anymore. Why is that? Why is that? I don't even understand how that can happen.
Why did Tower 6 and 7 fall as well? They didn't get hit.
Yeah.
They didn't get hit by planes.
How did they get demolished in the same
Fashion,
style as the
yeah.
other one? Where's the plane that hit the Pentagon? There's no debris.
Hey, they shipped a lot of that debris to China for some reason. A lot of the 9/11 debris in China.
No, but I'm pretty convinced it was a missile that hit the Pentagon.
I can believe it.
That they shot the missile at the Pentagon because that's where all the fucking. Remember how they announced right before the 9/11 too that they were missing like trillions of dollars, of dollars.
That might be the last time that. Oh no, not the. That was the last time the Pentagon got audited until like 7 years ago, and then they failed the last 7.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just amazing. Keep them in power. Keep doing the same thing. Just put different people in, but keep doing the same thing. Then it's working real well.
Yeah.
Let's fund everything. Every country, every dumb. Let's fund everything we can and go another fucking $10 trillion in debt every year or every 4 years.
It's going to be really interesting to see the run for the Liberals, like for
Canada.
Who gets their little nomination thing?
Canada or U.S.
Canada, and then
I seen someone's name that they were thinking of. I forget who it was.
I seen a few people, but I seen Kevin O'Leary yesterday, and he's the person I like to watch because he
hates Trudeau.
He fucking hates Trudeau, but he also hates Chrystia Freeland. He hates Mark Carney. This other man, he said about this Mark Carney guy. He said if he gets the spot, I'll do everything in my power for him not to be the next prime minister. And I thought that is the worst. That is the worst thing you want to hear. That's Elon Musk saying that. Yeah. For our country. Kevin O'Leary has so much connections. He has so much connections, and he can get so much media coverage. He can get more media coverage than whoever runs. He can get more media because of the U.S. will cover him. Like
he's so rich.
He can go and talk on any network thing if he wants. They'll all take him, and so he will rip. If he doesn't like you, he will rip you apart. And he is, and I gotta watch everything he says because he's got the biggest connections with the United States and here, and the only person he talked good about, Danielle Smith. That's the only person he talked good about. And I'm telling you,
what's her stance on the Jews?
Probably supports him. They all support him. I haven't been very impressed with her because I watched her support Ukraine 2 months ago, maybe, or something over something. It was maybe some holiday or it was something, and she and people did a thing, and I don't like that.
I don't support Ukraine.
I don't like the allegiance. I don't like that, and I don't know. You
are not the NATO country.
I had to stop myself today because I was trying to explain something to Dad, and I started referencing something that was a horrific thing. What was I can't think of what I was referencing it to, but I was referencing the psychological torture. That's what it was. Why was I referencing psychological torture? But the Soviets did the craziest psychological torture to the Germans. I can't think of what I was referencing it to. Who was brainwashed? Who must have been brainwashed we were talking about?
Jeez. Charles Manson, no?
That's a crazy one. That's the craziest. That's one of the biggest lies that the majority of people believe.
Ross believes it.
They've easily convinced generations of it.
Our parents believe it.
Yeah, because it was so easy to convince generations with the news and the media. It was so easy to convince them that was one of the that is so funny. That is like Dr. Kevorkian. I don't know if you know who that is, but
I remember you bringing him out.
when I was growing up, he was one of the scary people. He was like quicksand. You know, when I was growing up, quicksand was like this dangerous thing, like that. Like it was a feared thing, quicksand. I've never seen it in my life though, still to this day. But when I was growing up, it seemed like it was in a lot of movies or it was in things like it was like one of the most scariest things. But I never encountered it. Fuck, I don't
Straight
even.
up, it was the scariest thing, bro.
Yeah, I know. I've still never encountered it in my life.
Die in quicksand, bro.
What was I saying before that? What was I referencing that to?
I don't know, because it's really, I didn't understand how you were referencing it, so now you lost me.
I know, but it was
Don't smoke weed, kids.
I want to smoke another one right now.
This is what happens to your brain.
I'm tired. I was only asleep for 4 hours roughly, probably. Because I talked to my dad for a long time.
Hour too long.
I talked to my dad for a long time. He's funny. He broke his foot.
I mean, I feel
Idiot.
so bad.
Idiot.
I feel so bad.
I know, me too. And I'm like, because and when I asked him, because when he started explaining it, I quickly asked, were you in bare feet? And because it's fucking cold. Like, I know it's not as cold as it is here, but
well, we got there was no snow that
no.
day. Yeah.
And I was like, it made it right quickly. It seemed like you're not wearing shoes. And I'm like, were you in bare feet? And he's like, no, sandals. And I'm like, yeah, that's why this happened. You were trying to move a couch. You try into a person's truck outside in sandals, open-toed sandals, no back.
No back.
I knew right away quickly that he didn't have shoes on.
I felt so bad.
And I'm like, fuck. He tells it, and we're on the phone, and he's like, yeah, I'm supposed to get a call, but if I don't get a call by noon, then it's not broken. Doesn't get a call by noon. My mom calls anyways to see, yep, it's fractured. I'm like, what the fuck? They didn't even call. Like, and the first thing that we and my dad were talking about today was the healthcare system, because he was telling me about this trip that they had to go to do, and I literally was like thinking in my head the whole time, I'm like, this is the conversation I just had with this Venezuelan guy. I just talked to this Venezuelan guy, and our healthcare system is exposed and so shit. And then dad tells me that, I tell him the Venezuelan guy and the healthcare thing, and then he's like, yeah, like, because Nick's living in the States, and Nick said, yeah, like, it's good that you got free healthcare, but it's an all-day event. He's like, in the States, you can get care right away. You just got to pay for it. And they need to have, like, a thing where you can't go bankrupt if you have cancer, and then you die, and then your family now has to take on all that debt. There shouldn't be a thing like that in a first world country, but they get care right away. Our care is garbage. In the past 4 years, look at the healthcare they've gotten. They've gotten trash healthcare. Both of them have gotten trash healthcare.
So fucked. Mom, it drives me nuts.
Okay, then we're gonna switch case because it does drive me nuts too, and I'll just get real angry thinking about it.
Yeah, it makes me so mad.
Yeah, the Natalia Grace thing, I got a resolution, 34 minutes. I got a resolution until something happens again, which I believe can happen in the next year. because there's no way that this girl's normal. But one of the biggest, craziest things. So there was 4 episodes. I thought there was gonna be 2 episodes. So there was a total of 3 hours. And out of the 3 hours I watched, my biggest takeaway was there's a cute dwarf on this.
A what?
A cute dwarf. Did you hear
A
it?
cute dwarf? A cute one?
Yeah, I swear to God. Bro, I'll show you this girl.
You trying to smash?
I would smash.
One of the top.
She's got a boy. Hey, she's got a boyfriend though. She's got a boyfriend.
How big?
How big is she?
How big is he?
I don't know, but they said she was at her boyfriend's or something. Because there was chaos in the house going on, and because of the girl that they because of Natalia Grace. But I couldn't believe it, bro. I couldn't believe it. It was a distraction. It was a distraction from what's going on. Because she would be on screen every once in a while, and I'm like, this is crazy. I never, no offense to him, never seen one that's good looking.
I'll send you one. It's because you not see Steiny had her on her podcast.
I don't know.
Do you see?
I'm not sure. Oh my God, bro. I can't believe that. Matan is on Brad's podcast.
Bro, it was so good.
I only watched half of it so far, bro.
Bro.
And it's amazing. But it's amazing. Because Brad's 260 and Matan is so funny. I only watched probably half of it, and Matan is so funny. He's so smart, and that's why he's doing so good in a short period of time. Because he's smart.
Because he knows what to say and when to say it.
He said it. He said I watched far enough where he said, I don't want to be arrogant. But he's like I'm like Albert Einstein. Like he he's so smart.
He knows what to say. Like he can just
his brain's fast.
So yeah, his brain's fast.
Mm-hmm. So he's killing it. But Natalia Grace, yeah, I was distracted by this good-looking girl, and they got dumpers on them, so.
Dumpies.
Yeah. But it's crazy, bro, because she's got to be 3 feet tall. It's crazy. Damn. It's so crazy that this girl is good looking. Because nobody else in this whole thing doesn't matter if they're fucking regular height or not. Nobody else is. But bro, this girl went from she's 20 or 21 now. For real, the Natalia Grace girl. For real, she's 20 or 21 now. Even though when she was 6 years old, those adopted parents got her age legally changed to 21.
Yeah, I remember.
She's actually 21 now.
For sure.
For sure. And she's so weird that it's hard to believe her. It's hard to believe she's an innocent person. And she's so weird. Since she's so weird, her whole life is so weird. She's a weirdo. She's a weirdo. But she also had the most fucked growing up. It doesn't even seem real. I'm watching this 3 hours. I'm thinking this is about to be an hour and a half because it's 2. I thought I read it's a 2-part thing. It's January 6th, January 7th. So I'm getting 40 minutes each or something. And it ends up being a total of 3 hours. And as I'm watching, I'm just I can't even believe I've consumed so much hours now of Natalia Grace that I can't even believe this is real. This story, if me explaining it, the longer I explain it, the faker it sounds. Because there's more insane things. And I'm like this girl got it, like when it was left off, this girl had been adopted to what I think now that I've watched more is a cult, is like a cult, um, which is crazy because she was already with these two, adopted by these two parents that like
Psycho.
that put her in her own apartment at 6 years old because they thought she was an adult in a kid's body. That's what they thought. They thought she was the Orphan movie. That's how crazy it was. They thought she was like the exact same thing as a fake movie, as a made up movie. And this Ukrainian dwarf that was actually a woman, but in a kid's body, but was actually a girl, or was actually a kid. Those parents, they like, I get no resolution on that. Those parents just didn't get in trouble. The people that adopted her and then basically left her to fend for herself in an apartment at 6 years old, just didn't get in any trouble. And then she got adopted eventually at like, I don't even know how old she was. I can't think of how old she was. Let me try and think of maybe like she was maybe in her early teens. She gets adopted by this cult family, like this couple that foster 8 to 10 kids for years. They foster 8 to 10 kids. They live off fostering kids. They make like $100+ grand fostering kids. He's fucking, oh yeah, they fucking murk the scheme, bro. They're just fucking pieces of shit. These and hardcore God, like hardcore. They're just like saying like the most stupid, like they're saying shit that's making me laugh because they're just like, hail Satan on you, hail Satan on you. They're just fucking hey, that kind of shit making me laugh when they like think, when someone says something that they don't like, they start saying that kind of shit.
Yeah.
That's who she gets adopted by after the previous crazy adopted family that sent her out there. And so she gets like brainwashed, right? Because she's a teenager or whatever. So like she gets real brainwashed into God, and they don't let her, like, she's like, she runs away from that family, okay? At 20 years old, she runs away from that family. But at 20, you shouldn't have to run away, right?
No.
Well, it's because they didn't let her have a phone. They didn't let her on the internet. They didn't let her go outside. Like, they homeschooled her. Like, cult, okay? And they foster 8 to 10 kids. So all these people around, like, the household is brainwashed. And so she runs away from that family, which is a bunch of drama. That's probably maybe, I don't know, the first episode of it is just a bunch, is you can't even believe this is real. I'm like, this is so insane. And these people are 3 feet, a bunch of them are fucking short because like the people that are gonna help her run away are fucking dwarves with the good looking dwarf girl that's her age. And I'm like, and they're like not kidnapping, but like they're like, you know, they're pulling up dwarves, okay? So it's funny even though it's supposed to be serious. Like, it's a crazy, everyone's got to watch it. The Curious Case of Ty Grace. I've already said so much about it, but there's still so much more insane, wild stuff. It's funny even though it's supposed to be serious. And you can't believe it's real. You would think it's some Jerry Springer Maury shit. Like, you just can't even believe this is real. You can't even believe there's people walking this earth that think like that have the level of intelligence of some of these people. It's a must watch though. It's a must watch. The Curious Case of Ty Grace probably got like 10 hours of content right there. It's like a Netflix fucking series. I don't know where to watch it, but I just Google it and find out where you can watch it.
Oh, fuck. But I really believe Tesla stuff, I believe that.
It's possible, eh?
Oh, I believe that.
Did you hear Candace too about it or no?
Yes.
Yeah, so it sounded more like things are kind of lining up, which that like thing, it sounds insane, but when like you hear when I told you about the other stuff before and the Ashton Forbes guy that investigated the MH370 in the cyber system and everything, like
when I heard just that episode with the Malaysia flight episode, I was didn't have an opinion on it after I listened to it.
It sounds insane.
Yeah.
It sounds insane. But then once this Sam Shoemake guy went on Sean Ryan, like they've never talked. It's so wild that these dots connected randomly all of a sudden. When I heard it, Sam Shoemake tell the Sean Ryan this, I'm like, I know there's other stuff in here. That's what's crazy is him saying that they went and murdered a bunch of people in Afghanistan. That like him saying that in the like the guy in the email or whatever, or yeah, that note, that's insane. But him saying the drone, what the drones are, that because of the MH370 plane is it like it's crazy because of I don't know who would have ever thought you would get a connection like that. And that's why the technology, I just believe we have technology that is so insane. If we, the public, get access to the technology that we have already is pretty insane. We get to see some pretty insane fighter jets and planes in the sky anyways. What they don't have and what they don't show us in like stealth, they've had stealth technology for so long. They've been able to make things invisible up there.
It's scary with the technology that they have.
So when I hear things about they don't know certain things, I'm like, I know that's a lie, because I know you guys can have access to real time, but like you guys can go and look at video cameras and everything like that. The satellites up that you have up there, like I know that you guys can watch us. I heard.
He told us to go look up the cyber system, but it didn't say anything the next day.
I heard so long ago, like because of listening and then watching like movies and documentaries and stuff and like watching BET all the time, I knew that you never talked on the phone because they could always be listening. Like I knew that from a young age. Never was smoking weed or anything like that back then. I was so much younger before I ever was smoking weed that I knew that the government could always be listening to your shit. And then it literally became, it wasn't until Edward Snowden came out and said, the government's listening to your shit, that the public like knew. But I feel like the Charles Manson stuff, like they was just so easy to fool everyone and just get them in this simple working life. Randomly, I just thought of this. I saw a video of you ever see this? It's in Baltimore, and it's a raccoon that's on fentanyl. Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. Like this, he's like could tip over possibly. Like he's like frozen, just like the people you see outside that are fucking bent over.
Jesus Christ.
Raccoon must have gotten the garbage, and there was a needle or whatever, and it doesn't take much. So or fucking like or maybe residue on something, and it like gets in the garbage, and boom, it makes it to like the sidewalk, not even to the street. It's like as if it was gonna go across the street, but it's like stuck. And it could tip over possibly. It's crazy that but like Baltimore, I don't know. Crazy.
But just someone just runs up and boots it.
This guy videoing it, it's pretty funny. It's insane, but like I don't even know what to say about it. Like that's how bad the drug epidemic is. It's a pandemic.
Bro, did you know there was some guy snatching up Canadian geese on...
Oh my god, I saw it. Like, isn't that a fucking just insane? That I saw the second clip of it when he goes and does it this like second time, and he's like looking around. I'm like, bro, you're a real piece of shit. Like you're a real piece of shit. This guy's got a fucking fishing net, and he's gonna catch Canada geese. What a real piece of shit.
Bruh.
What a real piece of shit this guy is.
This fucking Mexican girl at my
Like,
work,
why
bro,
are you doing that? Hey,
Bro.
why are you doing that?
What are you? He's going to eat him, bro.
That's crazy. That he was a Caucasian man. I'm pretty sure.
He was. He's going to eat, bro. It's easy game.
That's crazy. That's a big bird to just throw in your back trunk.
You're not allowed to hunt him, bro.
I know you're not. I know you're not. Like that person's fucking in a lot of trouble. He's dead caught. Hey, his face. Like that person's dead caught. Caught. They
You can kill him. You can kill him sometimes.
Canada geese?
Yeah, in hunting season.
I don't think so. No.
You should be able to. There's way too fucking many.
There's a ton.
They fucking gotta wait, and I gotta fucking honk my horn so they cross the street faster, bro. Oh, it drives me nuts.
It's actually pretty interesting. Living here, we don't have the Canada geese that we had back there, down there, and it makes sense in a way because the climate there is so much better.
Yeah, way better.
Way better.
We just got our first snowfall.
Yeah, Dad was telling me he's like, I hope we don't get it, but
Oh, we got it.
you guys got it, eh?
It's a few hours. Today we got we have 2 inches.
He said it's gonna warm up.
Yeah, it's gonna be 31 tomorrow. But the girl at my work, she's in love.
They'll
with
never get me off the Fahrenheit system here. They all they
100%.
use is fucking Celsius. But luckily, I know
I'm using Fahrenheit.
I have a good idea, and I know that they're talking Celsius, so they don't confuse me. Like they don't, I don't accidentally think it is, and then I know if I talk to you guys that go Fahrenheit because I prefer it. But if I say Fahrenheit to them, boom, they're lost.
In Perth?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they can't do. They're not doing Fahrenheit. They can't. And it's so tough. Because they want to. I want it to be Fahrenheit. It just sounds like correct.
But then when you get, they match up eventually. It's so weird. At negative 40 and 40, right?
Trippy, yeah.
They match up.
But I don't want that weather.
No, this girl at my work, right? She's Mexican. She's from Mexico. She's an older lady, like 50s or 60s. Who knows? 50s maybe. She's in love with geese, bro.
Wait. What do you mean 40 and negative 40 match up?
Maybe both negative 40. Like when it's like Dad told me this, so it's gotta be right, bro.
0 is 32.
No, way colder than that. Yeah, I know, but eventually they match up, bro. What? I'm gonna type it in. When does? I think Dad's lying to me. Dad reads everything like you.
Hey, because you're saying that. I know I talked to him a bunch, and I could tell. I'm like, oh, we're so much alike. We constantly want to be looking things up.
So fucking annoying. Yeah, it's negative 40 Celsius and negative 40 Fahrenheit are the same thing.
Oh.
But then when you get to the other side, why wouldn't it be 40 and 40? You know what I mean? Like, you know, but yeah, I don't get it. But okay, listen, this girl at my work, she is in love with these Canada geese, bro. She's the one that showed me this video today at work. And, bro, she's like in love with them.
Oh, she showed you the video of the guy catching him?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, she was probably so mad.
Bro, she's pissed, bro. She starts going through. I don't really like her that much, but then she starts going through her phone, bro, and showing me like, bro, what this girl. She'll just walk up and pick them up.
A Canada goose?
Yeah, bro.
A full grown?
Bro, Bro, the video she showed me today, bro, they're like pecking at her hair and eating her hair. Two of them at the same time. Bro, she's walking her dog, and two of them are walking in front of her with the dog. Bro, like what she is showing me is insane, bro.
What?
I couldn't believe it, bro. She feeds them out of her hand and stuff like that.
They don't attack her. These things aren't
That's
attacking
what
her.
I say. I'm like, there's no way this is real. She's it shows me a video. There's probably like 10 to 15 in front of her, and she tells me, "Yeah, this one's getting angry, bro. This one is doing that thing where it drops its neck and starts running at, but it's not angry. She's like, it's not angry at me. It's angry at the other geese because I'm trying to feed her, and they don't like when, bro. And it's literally like putting its mouth out and running at all these other geese, then runs back to her, bro, and eats out of her. Insane. I couldn't believe
Is this like the Romanian woman?
No, this is a girl from Mexico. Like,
Mexico.
She's probably 50 years old, has a kid. Bro, she has a pool, a little, like, dog pool in the backyard, and the geese are in it swimming and shit like that, bro.
She domesticated Canada geese?
Bro, it's fucking insane.
Do you think she could get them to walk into her house?
Bro, she's outside, like, just chilling, bro, and they come up and they play with her hair. I seen the video. Bro, they just play with her hair and shit. They don't, and she said they've never fucked her up. This girl's real Mexican, bro. She's a harsh accent.
I've never heard this ever. I've always...
That's why when she was telling me, I'm like, I've never seen anything like this in my life.
I've always seen and heard that they're predators.
That's what I'm telling her. I'm like, these things are not nice things.
And you're telling me that she's domesticated them. They come to her specifically.
Yes. Yeah. Bro.
She's got the goods. She's got the goods.
Literally, you don't even understand, bro. There's literally one at our work that comes inside our shop and she fucking feeds it, bro. Only in the not now, obviously.
She's the whisperer?
Bro, it's fucked, bro. It's at our shop every single day.
She's a whisperer, eh?
It's insane, bro. I can't believe it. She got pictures on her toolbox of it.
She loves Canada geese.
She fucking loves
Yo, do they got them in Mexico? Do they go down there?
I'll ask her tomorrow. I haven't talked to her in open mind. I don't talk to her.
You gotta ask her if bro, that's insane. You gotta ask her.
One of the craziest things I've ever heard.
Oh, me too. You gotta ask her if they go down there. I don't know what their migration thing is in the winter. Cause like, did she do this when she before she came here? Like when they go down there in the winter? Imagine that. But how did she just trust these things? Cause
that's what I don't fucking get, bro. Like, I only know they're fucking mean, bro.
You keep your distance from those things. You don't turn your back to those things. You don't turn your back and you keep your distance. But apparently, they can be tamed. You're telling me there's a 50-year-old Mexican woman that has tamed the Canada goose.
A bunch, bro. They love her.
She's got a flock. She's the center of the flying V.
Bro, she's so... bro, I've never liked her, okay? Not that I have an issue with her. I'll help her. I'll do everything. Like, it's never, we never, I don't talk to her. I don't say hi to her anymore. I don't even walk by her. I don't say hi. I don't even look at her. But I do that with everybody. But, and then she just, wins me over today, bro. She just walks up to me and, starts talking shit about Ross and, how he, he's so liberal or whatever. She lived in Mexico for a long time. She understands corruption, bro. So and then she got onto the thing, bro. She was like, oh my god, bro. The thing she was saying, she's like, when Trump said that they were eating the cats and dogs, she's like, they really are. She's like, yeah, it was funny, but it's true. I'm like, man. Because that's what she's the one who told me that guy that did eat Windsor is going to eat him. That's what she told me. She told me, because she lives, I don't even know where she lives, but she's got a bunch of area, grass on her side of her house.
She got to feed the flock.
Bro, she was feeding deer in her backyard when she fucking first moved in, showing me videos, bro. The deer are, from me to the wall away.
Everybody eats.
Bro.
Everybody eats.
She thinks people are just illegally killing all the deer and eating them because there's no deer left where she's from, where she lives anymore. There's no deer left. They used to be in her yard every morning. She would show me videos and pictures, and there's none left. Turkeys as well. There used to be a bunch of turkeys there, bro, and there's no turkeys anymore.
Windsor?
Yeah.
Huh.
And you know how many foreigns we have here.
Dad told me a funny story about in the hospital when he was there. He said that there was like this old guy in his 80s. He was talking to everybody. And then...
Oh, I hate that.
yeah. And then there was a group of who my dad thinks is Mexicans, young Mexican guys. And he says one of them goes and sits next to this old guy. And he says... The old guy, he says this guy he thinks is in his 80s. And my dad says, the guy leans over and says, like, oh man, I can't think of what he said because what Dad told me, the first thing that Dad told me, I thought, I know what that guy meant. And I know what that guy meant by that question, and it was something along the lines of, "How long are you here for?" Or no, wait. The first thing was, and it still made me think that was what he asked. He said, "Are you here for work?" That's what the old guys asked the Mexican guy. Are you here for? And it made sense because they're in Leamington, right? So, when Dad said that he thought they were Mexican, I was like, that makes sense. Amish or Mexican. He says, "Are you there for work?" And the guy says, "Yeah." And he said something like, like when do you go back home or something? Bro, it's crazy. These like 3 or 4 questions are insane. And he's like, 3 years, I think the guy says. And the guy says, no, like, what months, like, do you go home? Yeah, that's exactly what I say to Dad. I was like, oh, he thinks he's seasonal. And he says, no, like, our visa expires in 3 years, and we have to, like, renew it or go back home. And, I'm Dad saying that to me, and I'm like, oh, man, like, he's like, when you're that age, you can ask that, but when you're, if you ask that to those guys, you'd have to word that differently because it sounds brutal, and you know exactly what that guy was wondering. He was wondering. He saw in the news that there's a lot of immigrants in our country, and he wants to know. This guy's trying to get the lowdown. This 81-year-old guy's trying to get the lowdown. And when he came here, that's all they did. When he was younger, that's all they did was seasonal work. Right, exactly. So that, it made 100% sense. But now apparently they're getting like, and I worked with people growing up like at the winery that were seasonal, like from Mexico. So, but apparently, now they're campers. Under the Trudeau regime, you get extended stays. Extended stays, and the company's getting a little boost from the government. Fucking bullshit. Cheap labor. Pierre said something I like today, but it's hard to believe that he'll do it. He like shot at Trump, but it was like that's not even what the part about it really meant that I cared about. It was like I don't know what Trump said, but he was like, we should bypass the U.S. and build our own refineries. Like oil? Yeah, because most of our oil goes to them to process, right? Which, can you imagine if you fucking, like, we have old ass refineries that cost a lot of money to restore, that they could be restoring. It could be real good. I think climate change could be real good for us, and if it warms up, it could open up possibly more green land for us under ice that we can. There's oil, maybe. We have like top 5 oil in the world. Mm-hmm, we sell it because we're dummies. We have more than the U.S. Things are just run really poorly here.
Yeah, we need refineries. We need to be able to fucking process it ourselves. That's the issue, and the amount of jobs that would take, that would bring in and stuff like that, bro. That's what we need. Is we need to have our refineries so we do the processing, bro. Like that's 100% it. It's the same thoughts Trump wants to do, bro, with everything in the United States. If we don't start doing something like that, like some sort of in-home things like that,
We
man,
need to be self-sustainable.
yeah, and the oil is the way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
The oil is the only way to do it, and we're going gay green.
100%. No more gay green.
No gay green. I want dirty oil.
No, hey, Trump says there's that clean coal, and we can do it clean. We just got to do it clean. Hey, final thing. I don't know how long it's been on here.
57 minutes.
One thing you're gonna hear is from Mel Gibson is that he thinks that the Earth is 8,000 years old, or man has only been on the Earth for 8,000 years, and it just blew my mind that he could think, and there's lots out there and that's the kind of the weird. Since we went to a Catholic schools, it was so confusing that they were teaching like us about church, like the Bible, like this stupid story that Adam and Eve, like 8,000 years ago, which with science is just stupid. It blew my mind that any human, except for the Amish and people in like Amazon tribes and stuff, could have a thought that Adam and Eve were put on this earth by God 8,000 years ago, and those were the first, and because we have bones of Neanderthals and other hominids that like. That portion of the Mel Gibson thing is good. I liked it because he's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I seen a clip about the ivermectin thing.
Mm-hmm. He's an interesting person, and I remember when he was on there before. I thought he was really interesting then. It was like the other one was a real interesting because he really got into stem cells back then, because for his dad was like 92, and his dad ended up living to like 101, but it was like so good for the brain and everything like that. It was good for the person. And then I was telling Dad that because like, Mark Lane, Mark was getting stem cells and stuff for when he had cancer. And I was like, that's pretty crazy. I didn't even know that. I've been following the stem cells, but more for athletic purposes. And I didn't know that they were even doing research, and like there was a possible thing. It's like the weed thing. It's like once they started finally doing research, they thought they found there's like benefits for like
100%.
Yeah, there's actually like multiple uses it can be used for. Look at now we have creams and all this shit. Like, you know what I mean? There's CBD like extracted, and like it's pretty crazy like the therapeutic uses. And I was like, yeah, they just, and my dad sees Dad sees.
Dad's gonna be trying to get me soon enough, I swear. He's
pretty interesting. Like he sees the corruption and the lies that like we're always told. Like he sees it. It's pretty good. It feels good that they can be open-minded, because most people are stuck in their ways, and the world and information is moving so fast. You gotta look at you
can't be watching the news.
No, the lies, the lies that are spewed in this. Like they're so good at it. They're pros. The biggest proof ever. I told him, I was like, it was so funny. I posted it because it was so funny. I watched Peacock make it look like Casey Anthony didn't kill her kid, and she definitely killed her kid.
100%.
And they made it look like she didn't do it. They made it look like you should feel sorry for her. They're so good at editing and driving a narrative. They made Casey Anthony look like a victim. And I'm like, that's how good they are. That's how good people have gotten at manipulation, propaganda. It's so good at making you feel for somebody that you should, that could be evil.
It's crazy what they can do with it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. When Pete Ross tells me stuff, I'm like, it's crazy what you just said. It's insane. Like, and then to be like 100% believe it. You know what I mean? Bro, this Mexican lady also said to me, like, she was saying, like, we talked for like 45 minutes straight, not working. But she was talking to me about, like, the child, like, how there's so many children missing and stuff like that everywhere. And how fucking, she even got into, bro, how, like, she thinks that they're injecting themselves with baby blood.
Who is?
The rich people. Bro, this girl I could never, ever picture being like this.
That can be a thing.
She said it's massive in Mexico. It's massive in Mexico. The child's missing.
It can and I believe that, and the blood thing can be a thing. You know the Brian Johnson guy, not fucking Brian.
Yeah.
He did it with his son. Like it can be. It is a working thing. It is a thing. It is a thing. It like, and that sounds sick. And you saying that is crazy because did dad tell you, or mom? Probably not mom, but did dad tell you that they went to my godparents and they went to right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Last week or whatever, and a person there. Is it? Oh, I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, person there is.
I know who you're talking about.
No, I never. I didn't know this person.
Oh.
I brought up the person you're probably thinking of, that the dad's friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I brought that person up, but this person.
Guy or girl?
I get. I don't wanna. I'm not trying to. How do I say this? This person. Can't even give a reference. This person does child sex and human trafficking, like lawsuits. Like this person is
was there?
No, this person's a district attorney that prosecutes people for child and sex and human trafficking.
Yes. Okay, yeah. I don't know. He was there.
That it's a woman, and that woman was at this dinner that they went to, and
I have no clue who you're talking about.
I didn't know this person. It was the person that I think this is the first time they've ever met him. It's through like other people that were there, and they're like it's going on everywhere in Windsor, in Essex County.
What?
Human trafficking and human and sex trafficking. It's going on everywhere. Like she's prosecuting cases in Windsor all the time. Fuck.
Yeah.
All the time. And we have a cousin that does that, that investigates that stuff. It's happening everywhere. And I remember saying to mom and dad about do you think, what did you guys like hear and stuff about the satanic and occult stuff growing up? And they thought, oh, it's like that's something that doesn't happen here. That happens in the U.S. And I was like, yeah, well, it happened here. It happens here. And they didn't know that wasn't the narrative out there. and you know what, and that's kind of what we were talking about too, about like the how good they are at the media and the propaganda. Why is that stuff never on the news? Why is it not on the news? And it's because it's a pandemic. The amount of people, the amount of kids and like that are going missing is an insane amount. The amount of trafficking is insane, and we're only hearing the high profile ones every once in a while. We're only hearing high profile people. It's not. It's there's rings of it. Like there's, you know what I mean. There's groups. It's an insane thing going on, and it seems like it's being hidden and covered, and it's going on everywhere.
It's just, but they'll tell us the dumbest shit on the news.
Yeah, and dad and like the husband of that person was just like, yeah, I have to tell her to like shut up because it just gets in crazy when she talks about like the things that are going like on, like you it'll just, and I was like, yeah, like I could never do that job. I could never do our cousin's job. I'll fucking lose it. That stuff makes me way too angry that I would never be able to do that job. There's tons of those jobs I would never be able to do because
100%.
we don't have the penalty that I think that those people should have. We don't have that in our country, so I couldn't prosecute you and ever feel satisfied.
I'm down with just shooting them in the head.
Yeah, we can give them reassignment surgery. We can give them bottom surgery.
No, don't even let that, because then those be sitting in jail with it. They don't even have to be like, they're not gonna experience it out in life.
If you put them in public like population, you know what I mean, general population.
Yeah, but they'll die in there too. They'll get killed in there.
Yeah, that's way better than a bullet in the head.
I think
that death.
What if it's the
they'll
the
get a
person
good
that he did it to gets to shoot him in the head? Now that's what I'm talking about.
It could so like it's if you have if they do it to like multiple, they just like all line up with like a pistol and they all just line up in a line.
Bang, bang, bang.
They all 3, 2, 1. And they all just fired all directly and put a bunch of holes. Hopefully, if yours missed, then you won't even know. I guess maybe you might not know that you missed. I think they used to do that at a certain point, different times in history. To not traumatize the people that were killing people, because before they used to just like, remember I told you some of those ways that they used to kill people.
Very nice and soothing.
Yeah, but in order to like stop them from like getting PTSD, they used to just all shoot at them, so you don't even know if you killed them or not.
The stoning ones are wild.
Okay, I'll cut this right now. Hour 18.